I can afford to plus verb 1. I can afford to lose her.
I can afford to lose her.
I can't afford to lose her.
I can't afford to lose her.
I can afford to buy a bicycle.
I can afford to buy a bicycle.
I can afford to take a vacation this year.
I can afford to take a vacation this year.
I can afford to buy a new laptop.
I can afford to buy a new laptop.
I can afford to hire a personal trainer.
I can afford to hire a personal trainer.
I can afford to travel.
I can afford to travel.
Advise me plus WH to verb 1. Advise me what to do.
Advise me what to do.
She advised me what to do.
She advised me what to do.
Advise me how to cook.
Advise me how to cook.
My mother advised me how to do.
My mother advised me how to do.
My brother advised me where to go.
My brother advised me where to go.
She advised me when to go.
She advised me when to go.
I'd advise you should plus verb 1. I'd advise you should do.
I'd advise you should do.
I'd advise you should go.
I'd advise you should go.
I'd advise you should ask. I'd advise you should tell.
I'd advise you should tell.
I'd advise you should allow.
I'd advise you should allow.
I'd advise you should buy it.
I'd advise you should buy it.
I'd advise you should forget it.
I'd advise you should forget it.
I'd advise you not to verb 1. I'd advise you to get married.
I'd advise you to get married.
I'd advise you not to get married.
I'd advise you not to get married.
I'd advise you to go abroad.
I'd advise you to go abroad.
I'd advise you not to go abroad.
I'd advise you not to go abroad.
I'd advise you to stay here.
I'd advise you to stay here.
I'd advise you to lose weight.
I'd advise you to lose weight.
I'd advise you to sell it.
I'd advise you to sell it.
Any advance in plus verb ing. Any advantage in buying it.
Any advantage in buying it.
Any advantage in selling that.
Any advantage in selling that.
Any advantage in going abroad.
Any advantage in going abroad.
Any advantage in coming.
Any advantage in coming.
Any advantage in reading books.
Any advantage in reading books.
Any advantage in studying English.
Any advantage in studying English.
Any advantage in talking to you.
Any advantage in talking to you.
Admit plus that clause. Admit that you were wrong.
Admit that you were wrong.
Do you admit you were wrong?
Do you admit you were wrong?
Admit that you lied to me.
Admit that you lied to me.
Admit that you feel jealous.
Admit that you feel jealous.
Admit that you were stupid.
Admit that you were stupid.
Admit that you were jailed.
Admit that you were jailed.
He admitted plus verb ing. He admitted stealing some money.
He admitted stealing some money.
He admitted lying.
He admitted lying.
He admitted threatening.
He admitted threatening.
He admitted kidnapping.
He admitted kidnapping.
He admitted bribing.
He admitted bribing.
He admitted accepting bribe.
He admitted accepting bribe.
He's been accused of plus verb ing. He's been accused of stealing money.
He's been accused of stealing money.
He's been accused of lying.
He's been accused of lying.
He's been accused of threatening.
He's been accused of threatening.
He's been accused of gambling.
He's been accused of gambling.
He's been accused of using drugs.
He's been accused of using drugs.
He's been accused of bribing.
He's been accused of bribing.
He's been accused of committing adultery.
He's been accused of committing adultery.
Why do you plus verb 1? Why do you say?
Why do you say?
Why do you eat?
Why do you eat?
Why do you sleep here?
Why do you sleep here?
Why do you go there?
Why do you go there?
Why do you go back?
Why do you go back?
Why do you play football?
Why do you play football?
Why do you drink?
Why do you drink? Why do you drink?